Question for you guys. Is it better to have a routine that you stick to day in and day out no matter what? Or is it better to have a routine but allow yourself some sense of flexibility? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Routine. That's what you hear me talk about every single week in my videos, and how I am very schedule oriented and also routine oriented. Very rarely do I ever stray from my daily routine. And last week's video, I talked about my morning routine and how you stick to it. But I got hit with a very good question from Elijah Johnson, 1180. So shout out to you, Elijah Johnson. And his question, or his comment was, I would love to hear your thoughts surrounding flexibility with routines versus rigidity. I'm pretty sure it's rigidity. Something I have been working on is allowing more flexibility within my schedule to prioritize my values rather than staying so focused on one task in the morning. This is what got me. It feels so much less anxiety inducing while staying accountable to my goals. And it is funny that you bring that up, Elijah, because that is something that I have actually been struggling with for a very long time. I am like an all or nothing type of person. And that could be a good thing, but in some senses, it could be a bad thing. And I was actually talking to one of my online clients like 2 weeks ago about this. And the problem with being an all or nothing type of person, speaking from experience, is you feel, and I've talked about this before on my videos, if your goal is to, say, run 6 miles, you feel that if you are not up to running 6 miles, or if you go out and you run 4 miles, since your goal was 6 miles, therefore you failed. If your goal is to wake up at 3 o'clock and you wake up at 4 o'clock, you failed. If your goal is to work out 6 days a week and you only worked out 5 days a week, you failed. That is the all or nothing mentality. And I am someone that struggles with that, so I feel like I could talk about it. And the reason why I'm talking about it in this week's video is, if you can't tell by my voice, I am sick. I have been sick since pretty much Halloween, Monday. Today is Saturday, November 4th. And I have been sick since Monday the 30th. And being sick absolutely sucks. And the reason why I hate being sick is it throws off my entire routine. My meal schedule, my sleep schedule, my workout schedule, all types of schedule get thrown out the window. But I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. I think this happened because I was literally just thinking about how I need to give myself a break. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because I know when I say this, some people might be like thinking, oh, I can do whatever. Not take your goals so serious. Now, I know back up, I know you're probably freaking out like, whoa, Bryce, so then I can just go do whatever I want. No. But if you want to recap, I want to say 2 years ago, I was going hamski in the pamski, and I was working out like 7 days a week. I think it was like twice a day. 2 days, I think that's what I call them. I was working out twice a day, 7 days a week for a very long time, running very low on sleep, just working. I was getting my master's degree. I obviously had, I think Adeline was like 1 at the time. I was just burning both ends. I was tired, and I got sick, and I didn't really take a break. I didn't give my body time to rest. I didn't give my body time to recover. And what eventually ended up happening is the sickness like kind of hung around for a very long time. And then when I thought it was gone, I went straight back into all out, 100% in the weight room and everything like that. And then I ended up with pneumonia, ended up in the hospital, ended up getting an ambulance ride for the first time. So I was able to check that off my bucket list. So that was kind of cool. But I pushed myself too far. And I think that was from the all or nothing mentality. So now that I am sick right now, I have not worked out since Tuesday, the 31st. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, did not realize it was 5. I have not worked out for 5 days. I have not been on my meal plan for 5 days. I am up to 210 pounds right now, and I feel like a fatty McFatster. So I feel like this video was needed. And this video is actually not even like in my routine when it comes to posting week in and week out. I had a whole different video that I planned on doing this week because tomorrow I'm supposed to start my 12-week training program for the trifecta. Because starting tomorrow, I'm officially 12 weeks out from January 27th, where I will be completing the trifecta in 1 week. So I gotta train. And your boy hasn't been training. Not only have I not been training, I've been getting fat. I'm 210 pounds. I'm also supposed to be doing the 4x4x48 this Thursday. And I'm thinking there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that due to the fact that I am sick. So, let's get back to that question. I think, and now I am a firm believer of mental health. And I know it gets thrown around a lot, and a lot of people don't take it serious. And in this sense, I'm more saying, like Elijah was saying, he feels less anxiety when he allows himself flexibility, yet he's still holding himself accountable. And I think that is key. And I told this to my client, and I'm telling this to myself a lot of times when I tell this to people. Your goals, you should always be in it for the long run. You should never set a goal with like an end date that once it's done, I'm done. Once it's done, I'm not going to have discipline anymore. I'm not going to stick to my goals. I'm not going to maintain a schedule. So like my goal of getting down to 190, being ready for the January 27th, I am allowing myself more flexibility. And I'm trying to allow myself, like, I don't want to say days off, but days off. For instance, if it's stressing me out that I had a goal of running 6 miles and I only ran 4 miles, I need to be aware of my mental health, and if that's giving me anxiety, I need to check myself. And I need to not beat myself up. And I need to realize like something is better than nothing. So when it comes to like sticking to my morning routine of, I wake up at 3 o'clock and I drink water right away and I make my pre-workout and I read my Bible and I do my daily devotional and I do my ice bath and I do check and I check all those boxes. I need to realize like if I miss 1 or 2 of those, but I did some other things, it's still a win. I may not have 10 wins, but maybe I have 8. And 8 wins is a lot better than 0. But even that being said, say you take the whole day off just to recuperate, just to refresh yourself. That might be a win. That might be something that you need to basically recharge your batteries, reset your mind, and make you more hungry, I guess you could say, to chase your goals. And the reason why I say that is because I feel that the way life works is when you are like pushing yourself 100 miles per hour for a very long time, I feel, and again, this is just me being religious, you don't have to agree with me, you could think it's something else, you could think it's the universe, but I think it's God's way of checking you and saying, hey dude, you're pushing too much, I'm gonna have to slow you down, whether you get sick, whether you have a setback or something, and I think it's just to keep your mental health and everything else in balance. For instance, when I get sick, I'm not able to work out, I'm not able to do all that stuff. So now it allows me more time to kind of just relax, maybe read more, spend time with my daughter, my wife. I mean, the other day we were literally just all of us, because the sickness gods came in and took us all out. It took me out first, and then it took Cassie out. It didn't take Cassie out as bad though, because she is tough. And I don't know what it is about women and moms and wives, but like I got sick and I was like shivering like a crazy Eskimo in Antarctica, like freezing. She's sick laying on the couch, but yet she's able to come over, make sure I have my blankets, make me feel like a sissy, and then still take care of our daughter and just run the house. I don't know what it is about women, or at least my woman, but they are tough. They make me feel like, she makes me feel like my mental toughness is. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But what I'm saying is that sickness came in and wiped us all out, but it allowed us, I mean, we usually don't like just watch TV all day and all that stuff and kind of just veg out around the house. But she wasn't working, I wasn't working, Adeline was home, so we kind of just spent the time to just watch movies. We watched Frozen, we watched Frozen 2, and it was something we haven't done, so it was actually like, it was nice. It was a nice time to just enjoy, hey, let's just kind of relax a little bit. And I think that is a win in the grand scheme of things. So in all areas of life, you gotta allow yourself some flexibility. And I really agree with Elijah on this, and some people may not agree with me, because we live in a society right now where it's like, you gotta give 110%. If you don't, you're a failure. If you don't go all out, you're a failure. If it's all or nothing. And I'm working on it, because I am like that in certain things. But I do think there's a gray area. And I think there is something about flexibility that allows you, like, not to be so stressed out and not to have anxiety of like, oh, I got to do this because if I don't do this, then I won't hit my goals. So I agree with Elijah on that. Even like, for instance, posting this video. This is not the video I want to post. I have a goal that I know a lot of you guys have been asking for my training program, and I have a goal that I got to put together basically a real quick website. I'm not going to go 100% all out on the website because at this point it's like, what's more important, getting the website out so you guys can get the training programs, or making this phenomenal website that's going to take me a really long time and then you guys can't get the training program? At the end of the day, getting you guys the training program is the main goal. Having this flashy website and everything really isn't that important. And that's something that I'm trying to wrap my head around, and I even catch myself procrastinating. So it's like leading to this other downward spiral of a negative thing, as opposed to if I have flexibility of like, hey, my goal is to get the training program, I'm going to throw together a website, just get you guys the content, and be flexible in my approach of like, I can learn as I go. When it comes to my morning routine, have flexibility of maybe I don't do it every single day. And that's hard for me because I'm used to it. Like, I almost built this identity around of like 3 o'clock in the morning. People talk about it at work. So it's like, if they ask me, hey, did you work out this morning? And I say no, it's almost like I feel like I'm a failure, when it's like, bro, you gotta chill. Like, just chill. If you missed one day, it's not a big deal, especially if it helps you in the long run. If you feel more refreshed, because I'll tell you right now, not working out in 5 days, like, I really want to work out tomorrow, but I'm going back and forth of like, I'm only going to work out if I feel like 100%. I'm not going to go out there and push it, because I used to be like, if I can't go 100%, I'm not going to do anything at all. But at the same time, I could just go out there and maybe walk a little bit, because it's leg day, and the training starts tomorrow. And I think tomorrow I'm supposed to run like 5 miles. I'm not running 5 miles. Unless I wake up, I could breathe and I could do all that stuff, then I'll do it. But in all reality, I don't see that happening. So I'm allowing myself the flexibility of maybe I won't train tomorrow. Maybe I'll have to, God forbid, take the whole week off and start my training at 11 weeks. Is that the end of the world if I do not complete the 12-week training program? Absolutely not. But there is a fine line that you got to be careful of. And this is another problem with the all or nothing thing. And this is something I suffer from. Say it's not my cheat day, but my wife offers me a donut. And I have one donut. And one donut leads to 2 donuts. And 2 donuts leads to half a dozen donuts. And that's just breakfast. Now I could say, okay, I'm just going to have a cheat meal. But it usually doesn't happen. If you're the all or nothing mentality and you don't allow yourself flexibility, this little voice comes inside your head, the voice of average, and it tells you, hey, you screwed up, you might as well just full send it and screw up the entire rest of your day. And before you know it, I'm having El Pollo Loco for lunch and Chili's for dinner, along with a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch for right before I go to bed. And hey, I already threw it all out the window, make it 2 bowls. And that's what happens. So that all or nothing mentality, if you allow yourself that flexibility, you gotta be aware of flexible in control, if that makes sense. What you don't want to do is like, you know what, I'm gonna take the day off, and then one day leads to 2 days, and 2 days leads to, well, I got stuff to do tomorrow, it's okay. I'm not gonna, and then it's hard for you to restart. And that's what's something that I give credit to a lot of people. I give a lot of credit to people when they are able to like go to a restaurant and order something healthy. Because I have that stupid all or nothing mentality that if I go to a restaurant, ain't no way I'm gonna get a salad and like salmon. Is it salmon or salmon? Because me and Cassie the other day, we were having a conversation. I think it's salmon. But then I know some people say salmon. So comment below whether you think it's salmon or salmon. But there's no way I'm gonna go and eat something healthy when I'm at a restaurant and I see on the menu that they have pizza, quesadillas, burgers. Like, I'm gonna reach for that because I'm like, I'm spending money. If I'm gonna spend money on it, I eat healthy every single day. Let me live a little. And that again is a very slippery slope. Because what I need to realize is you can have flexibility in a way that is still on like closer to your goals than like something that's going to push you away from your goals. Flexibility, if I have a salad that maybe doesn't hit my macros or calories, it might keep my taste buds and everything closer to my actual meal plan, as opposed to if I get a burger and it's salty and now it makes me crave something sweet like a cookie, and now I'm reaching for cookies and stuff after, then in all reality it might be better to be flexible with the salad and kind of enjoy it, because it's not, again, what I'm doing every single day. So it kind of helps me mentally, like, oh, I had a cheat, but it wasn't a cheat. And again, I'm telling you this as someone who needs to take his own advice, right? I'm not saying I do this, because this is something that I would love to do, and I need to actually start incorporating it so that I could see if it keeps me on track. Like tomorrow, Sundays, I usually go get donuts with my daughter. I would love to be able to get donuts with my daughter. I should start that, like a hashtag. Sundays, donuts with my daughter. Maybe I should make a shirt, donuts with my daughter. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But that's our thing on Sunday, and she always loves it, and I like it because, and again, before, social media is crazy. The first time I ever posted a picture of my daughter eating a donut, I got hit out of left field from some random person on social media criticizing me for giving my beautiful daughter a donut and how bad that is for her. What this person doesn't know is my daughter absolutely loves turkey rice, chicken rice, broccoli, peas. Like, she is probably the healthiest 3-year-old ever. And I believe that she's allowed a donut. So if you're going to tell me that I'm a bad parent because she eats a donut, you need to calm down. So I would love to get to the point where I could have like donuts with my daughter on Saturday or Sunday morning, and then like only have 3, and then be able to maintain my healthy routine throughout the rest of the day. Because I think mentally it would, like Elijah said, I think it would give me less anxiety of like, it's okay, Bryce, you're allowed that flexibility. So I know this video is a little bit different than my typical videos. It's not really training related. And again, I wanted to kick off the Monday with the 12-week training program. But again, I'm allowing myself flexibility. This is something I'm working on. Again, this channel, I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys, and I will be upfront of stuff I struggle with and stuff I'm trying to work on, because I think that is what helps us grow together. I have a lot of plans for this channel of things I want to do to start building like a DBA community, just because the feedback that I get from you guys in comments, on whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on YouTube, there's a lot of great people that are buying into this DBA thing, and it jacks me up, because it's exciting to know that there's people out there that are very like-minded and living the DBA way. So shout out to all you guys who have been subscribing, commenting, liking my videos, sharing my videos. I truly appreciate that, and I'm just going to keep putting out the content and being 100% with you guys. So again, I'm going to try and get back to my regular videos next week, because I do want to drop that 12-week training program, because I cannot believe that tomorrow is actually, I'm 12 weeks out. Like, that's crazy. It's going to come by fast. As for the 4x4x48, to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this week. And it even sucks just saying that. But in all reality, I got my daughter's birthday in two weeks on the 20th. I really don't want to have this sickness linger and then me go out 4x4x48, not sleep for 48 hours, end up sick, keep this thing going, and then possibly be sick for my daughter's birthday weekend. So in all reality, as of right now, I will not be doing the 4x4x48 on Thursday. I'm going to have to push it back. I'm going to probably have to do it after January 27th. It is what it is. That is part of being flexible and just dealing with what life throws at you. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I hope that you guys could, again, try not to have that all or nothing mentality like me. Try to be a little bit more flexible. Try to allow yourself to have a day off and not beat yourself up if you don't hit every step of your goal, if you don't hit every workout, if you don't hit every run, if you don't hit every meal, whatever your goal is. If you don't hit every step of it, and I know that's hard, especially with social media being like all or nothing, you got to go 110%. If you don't, whatever, cut yourself some slack. If you're in this for the long run, missing one day isn't going to matter. Missing one workout, it's not going to matter. But still hold yourself accountable that you got to stick to your goal in the long run. Awesome comment, Elijah. I appreciate you commenting on the video and honestly giving me, it happened right at the perfect time, because it is something that then I get sick and I'm like, this is all about being flexible. So again, I am a firm believer everything happens for a reason. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, because again, I will be documenting my entire series up until the trifecta. So 12-week training program. I'm going to be dropping my 12-week training program hopefully within the next week or two, possibly. I'm trying to work on it. And then that way you guys can use that program to sign up for your own Spartan race and follow along. So again, the importance of this video is holding yourself accountable. But when life happens and you need that flexibility, don't beat yourself up and don't allow it to cause anxiety, cause stress, cause you to get down on yourself. You're human. Life's gonna happen. How you deal with it, I think being flexible and being able to adapt and pivot and all those things are very good characteristics that make you be able to live that DBA way. So at the end of the day, I do agree that you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to have goals. You need to try and stick to them. But when life happens, because it's going to, you need to be able to allow yourself to have flexibility and not beat yourself up for not going 100%, not sticking to your goal 100%. Flexibility is okay. But that about wraps up the video, guys. Again, you guys already know the motto. Stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.